litmus test for both of these squads, and kicking it off with a bit of pace. We expect this from the side of PRX as they're quickly taking control over this A site, and it looks like that control is going to be given up. EDG content to play a retake. There's going to be a wall to break on the way through, but they are set up with their 5v5 as the spike goes down.
Yeah, one of the few teams that is still going to be running a Sage pretty much anywhere, but especially in pistol rounds, it's definitely going to be more of an irritation. Now, EDG have held on to a lot of utility as they now look to set back into this retake.
Yeah, a lot of stuff still to work with. That nade already going out to clear an angle. It's allowed them to focus towards the site. But Monyet does well to still grab one. The Paranoia a little deep. EDG already bypassed it, now catching multiple kills on nobody. It's left all down to Devi, emerging from the smoke. This is very similar to what they've been doing, just fully stacking up towards one part of the map, gambling that if they take A, they'll play the retake. Obviously, they've got some very well-drilled retakes lined up for us, and I think here's where we're going to get to see, you know, this is nasty for Monyet. It's expecting to see something from EDG, but they might not have much of a chance. If they expect this one, I will be flabbergasted. A free kill for sure, maybe even a second now. They know his tricks. It's time to fade down.
Oh, they're going to have to look for that every single round. In the meantime, though, the rest of the team has started to get a bit more aggressive. Devi up close already doubles up their advantage, not allowing this retake to even really begin. Leaving just a couple remaining, and, well, the potential of flawless might be gone.
EDG, on this defensive side, bit of a change-up. This time, not wanting to play the retake on A. They got a bit aggressive, haven't seen anyone, and in fact, Thrash is coming in on the exact other side of the map. As we can see, oh, I like this idea to try and punish. Actually caught one tag onto something, but that's all they're going to get for it. With the res in, they might want to get aggressive, but Monyet being up close, he couldn't decide on his weapon. He'll only get the one, but at least he got the one.
Yeah, they've still kept it even at least. It's not the worst scenario. It looked like it could have gone a lot worse than already. Mindfreak has been able to find another. Kankan looking to try and wrap back in, but the timing couldn't be any worse. And now Smoggy is all that remains. 1 versus 2. I don't even think he has the ability to really clear out this player on the corner, just trying to check, but this Sage wall just being irritating, and that's enough for him to have to back out of the round.
Yeah, at an eye test, you know, Rex might be able to. Players very close by, can on the way, and they've made the right read. The info denial as well. They know there's one player towards spawn on the side of PRX. That's not enough to really make a move. Devi is disgusting. He's making a lot of dangerous plays, but in this round, that might not have been the right call.
No, if they can get the rifle back especially, that would be an extra pain that they have to deal with. Also, every player being revealed, no hidden lurks can really be happening. Paranoia is good, but nobody's actually able to capitalize off their counter flashes just a little bit too late, and they are being picked apart. Just a couple remaining. Mindfreak has been able to bring back the deficit a little bit. Another, as he's just popping head after head, but it gets a little bit shaky. Leaves it onto something in the 1 versus 1.
Wow. The best part is he was already on the wrong side of the trap, didn't go deep enough. Devi, good for 1, that's it though, shut down, and this round has crumbled pretty quickly if you're PRX. I mean, they might have shut down a showstopper in the last round, but, well, it looks like Kankan will be dropped again. Something tagged, low HP on Mindfreak, and they know where both of these players are. EDG have all the info to play with.
Tries to TP into mid. And the thing is, EDG have been playing a lot around that mid area for the fast rotations for retakes. So it's interesting that he thought there was a gap there. I'm not sure what piece of information they had that they believed that that was going to be clear enough for him to take such a risk, but it hasn't worked out. Something's still ever dangerous, even when not playing on that jet. See if he can make this one at least a little bit costly. He's looking for the fight. He knows that planting at this stage, allowing them to retake together, won't quite work out.
But the attempt to sell a fake on the B site is decent, especially when you've got a Viper's Pit online. They can't afford to give this ground up and play behind the wall. And as they play in front of the util on A, price is paid. Smoggy down. And a null command used for PRX as they claim control of this site, presumably unchecked. Remember, also a Viper's Pit for post-plant, and this op is still lurking around. There's a lot of red flags flying for EDG.
He might find the space, though. They don't even realize he's here because he was already past the angle initially. CHICHOO at least finds a slight gap. Already, though, Thrash thrown out will give an awful lot of information. They're going to spot at least 1 player in that back line, and look at Devi. Slowly on the wraparound, he was following it, but the shots might have just given his position away. The operator going to hold the gap in a wall. You'd expect something to hit this shot all day long, and he won't miss. 3 kills already to his name. Little bro going to be sent out. just to try and claim some extra space. But for now, still a lot that EDG need to do and not a lot of time to play with. Kankan, the last man standing.
Weaker weapons.
Again, they've switched up. There's been so much presence on that A side that they gambled in that direction, and PRX, they've had solid reads so far. One defender, CHICHOO, he has been the point of contact in almost every single round, but an afterplant, even a Viper's Pit expended here. You mentioned that some of these rounds got close. Well, PRX don't want to allow that to happen again.
Yeah, with Devi finding a kill, popping a heal on his teammate as well, everyone's sitting pretty, and there's still some util to play with. Going through that Viper's Pit, being on low HP with the Sheriff is the only thing worse than having to take that fight out in the open when there's this many rifles on the other side. They're trying to play the RNG, but the wall is helping, blocking, absorbing some of those shots, even though there's a gap in it that EDG are now going to use as they make their way through. There's a TP out of Haodong, and a third kill! A real chance for EDG to fight back in this round. It's something left. Low HP on Smoggy with the decay. And it's an op to work with for something. Now the heals come through. That op needs to land its shot. The time already running. Can something even save the rifle?
Managed to sort of play with their opponents. Bear in mind, they've only seen mindfreak. Now they'll have the information and can finally start getting that rotation in. Kankan is going to be nowhere near the action, and Little Burrow is going to be making sure that plant is in. I don't think they're going to be able to deny. Oh, no, they have. Okay, that's something that will at least buy a bit of time.
Yeah, no operator to play with for PRX after losing it last round. EDG on the retake. Kankan's going to be a big factor for them. If they can open up some of these sight lines, have to get past the Viper wall, the util down from Omen, and they're actually passing it on the PRX side, running it down, taking fight after fight with nothing but success. And we talked about this operator. Well, it's now all that's left of EDG's defensive side. This retake will not happen, and he might not get out of here. Just about making it around into spawn, but they're hot on his heels. He wants to take some shots, but none of them are landing. 5 HP and a collapse.
They need to try and get some of those early fights in, and they'll win one. Kankan's removed mindfreak. He has been the biggest thorn in their side thus far.
I like this position from Smoggy. Good shots last round. The nade is down, but they're a little disjointed. The 1v1 taken against Haodong doesn't go well. For EDG, no smokes left to play with. No, from the shadows.
Oh, he's
and mindfreak's right back into the fight. The shot doesn't land either.
Oh,
and Kankan sprays and finds bullets coming back at him from mindfreak, who was dropped moments earlier. This is a disaster for EDG. They're losing players, but nobody. He doesn't want to lose this round. Holding strong in the flank from Smoggy's good. It's only Monyet left. He's made it to A. He'll find a plant, but he doesn't know where these last two players are.
One enemy.
Forsaken, unfortunately, won't be able to join him. Low HP. And a Hunter's Fury, they're watching to see if he's going to go pushing round the back, but instead, these angles slowly being cleared. Looking to try and pair back up as he just sits patiently waiting in the corner. Not quite looking the right direction if a wraparound comes in, but actually, both players meeting back up. The time starting to tick down. They really need to get a move on. Paranoia through, TP'd now to get into a much stronger afterplant. Monyet, though, getting tagged further and further. They need to get someone on this, and he's just buying that time ever further. They go off, it's going to be the clutch again. Someone can get on the defuse. Instead, he just looks to take those fights, and, well, nobody again. This time, mindfreak is waiting. These battles have not been going their way, and something roaming with that operator. Ready to clear. And while the Paranoia will catch him, but no chance for a trade.
It's not even an ability that gets him out of there. It's literally just the straight up, take your knife out and run. Now, Kankan's gone through mid. There is a lurk waiting around here, but it's waiting for the B main aggression, not for the mid push. They weren't expecting this. The timing a little off, and the shots didn't land initially. But Monyet's recovered it nicely. Mindfreak down, big player for the side of PRX. He's been going huge in a lot of these rounds. Now, they have to close it out without him, but it's a 4v2. It's only CHICHOO and Haodong. Should be easy.
Still in the same spot he paranoid from just moments ago. The initial fight needed to be cleaner. Completely left out on his own. He's had a couple of amazing moments so far, but this would have to be the best of them. The Monyet, no respect, straight through. Leaves it all up to one.
And for EDG, a slow approach. Much different than what we saw from PRX, who leaned heavily on finding open space on the A site, which they did so often. This time PRX are leaving A open, looking more so to fight into middle, and that's exactly where they're going to find that scrap already. Good stuff as the heal comes through. That initial fight almost negated if Forsaken hadn't fallen, and if Haodong didn't find the kill on something. Now the numbers are thin slightly, and for EDG, they can take advantage of this. Same sized map, but less players to defend it.
I'd still feel worried pushing into mindfreak. He's definitely been the player to watch so far, but with the push coming in from Devi, there's a good chance they're boxed in. Now, there is a trip, but that means that he can just keep the rest of his teammates sat within this site. Still a paranoia available as well for Monyet. That could cause real issues.
It slowed them down, but they found mindfreak. And they know that Monyet's around here. They've got to deal with him. They want to get this fight planted, and Monyet with a beautiful shot, and now a crossfire angle. It'll be a much slower round, but he will look to maintain that control over middle of fight. In fact, onto CHICHOO seems inevitable as mindfreak is caught in this corner. There was no way out for him. Good kill by Kankan.
Yeah, that's a big fight to have because it also gives them a lot of space over onto the site. Outlaw in position and the slow, somewhat deterring the players on the attack. They're going to start falling back, but Devi has now retaken that space and we'll just wall it off, even if it's just a little piece of information. That's something that can be brought through. They are now going to start building up, though. The thought on EDG's side is, okay, well, if they've walled this, it probably means there's no one here, and they can get over the top of it.
That's what I was wondering. Like, it seems like that left side's jumpable, but they still hear the sound cue with how close they were. Now, Forsaken hasn't quite managed to get the damage done on the Outlaw, and the flank through by CHICHOO's being watched. He's beautifully positioned, but the jumping judge wasn't quite anticipated. Even still, that's the only kill for PRX so far, and it may well be the only one they find. Both players on 45 HP. Nice and uniform, but it's about... I was going to say it's about to become one player. Never mind. Devi perfectly dodged that, but not the second time.
Yeah, to go for anything here. Financially, the team could afford it. He's already going to take the head off of Smoggy and just look to try and fall back. They're just going to stop. I think they saw so much utility flying through on the other side, but can't kind of and catch someone on the rotation, because if you allow PRX to retake, I don't like those odds, and well, nobody is at least going to be able to find one before trying to back away.
Oh, no! Oh, wow! So this is a big change, because, you know, PRX obviously happy to play retake on A from the start of the round in a 5v5. In a 5v4 without Concon, even better. But now the numbers have changed hands a little bit. The advantage no longer sits towards PRX, and there's two players on the B site still with a lurk from nobody, active in mid. This has to be huge for Devi, and he won't get anything. These last two players even splitting up. Oh, this could be dangerous. They don't check the close right corner, which, I mean, you wouldn't really think to check this late on in the game. Well, the punishment is that side of the map. Instead, it's the B site that they're currently targeting. Now, there's some utility being expanded to run that clock down 40 seconds, as we're going to see, oh, even a deep flash thrown through. They're really trying to stop this squad. I guess send them back to A, or at least make it so that they have to blitz in. And with the showstopper, that's not really a problem for them. Risky. Okay, it's ended up fired at a corpse, and a nade. Oh, Concon doesn't stand a chance. Now Devi can do some serious work. A res online. We mentioned that earlier. They'll try to retake the body on the side of EDG, pushing forward and taking every single kill. And with something only now making it to the B site, now it's time to save. It's time to save, Tom, isn't it?
It is something. I don't think he's going to go for this, but Haodong. A might be about to clear this gun for free, but he's got...
Players move up towards mid, though, so the rotate's already underway from Devi, and Forsaken is locking it down. Double flash through, Paranoia's good, and Monyet's able to follow up now, positioned a little closer as Devi gets there. He's not even needed. CHICHOO, the last man alive, and he's got a 1 versus 5.
Try and clear this position. Something just has no fear, though. He's ready for someone to try and take that risk, but it has pulled a player further forward. The problem, though, is that this B main stack-up is still here.
Yeah, the second player's not expected. Of course, it's mindfreak. Although the poisons might be off, he's still got his rifle ready to fight. And Concon with another death on the board. He's struggled in this series, but mindfreak most certainly has it. And with Forsaken dropping nobody, it's looking like this might be Map 2 already on the minds of EDG. CHICHOO with another clutch that he won't. Least favorite agent, but there's certain players that can make me enjoy watching her. Life was one And something certainly is another. Good control over the site, but long is left open for the side of PRX. They don't know that EDG have 2 players still stacked up there, but it looks like they want to take some control of their own, pushing through the spawn smoke in towards elbow. Players caught them though. The rear rotate through the spawn has led to a very awkward position. These defenders are scattered, but they can crunch.
It's left it. Still back down to a 3v3. Already another kill coming through. PRX, that W key hasn't been let go of for the majority of this round, and now with an advantage, Device still left behind. I don't even think they know that he's here, and with the smoke fading into...
Something is exciting me with an outlaw in arena.
You're talking about that. I'm looking at Monyet with the Bucky. It's a deadly combination. First kill going the way, but the space already been taken. And of course, the Reckoning just gives him all the information. Look how close up this man is going to be able to get, just cause them issues. This buy, not a particularly good one, but now in the afterplant, very scary.
Oh yeah. This is where EDG can't really afford to swing an angle out in the open. There's not much of a choice. Looks like Orbital Strike being online early is going to be used to try and give them an advantage, but it pushes the bookie forward into their arms. And that's not where you want this to be. Up close and personal. Monyet has a bit of a timing to worry about. These players on the other side, I mean, if one of them sees him, he's in a lot of trouble, but he's made it out. Something's grabbed another from far away, and it's as easy as could be. Already tagging up. Down to just 1 player left with a lot less. And, he's gone through.
In between.
That's perfect, like a scene out of Ocean's 12.
The smoke is Haodong. Managed to get 1. The Boombot's done a significant amount of damage, but he's still in the corner. They haven't spotted him. Still just surviving now. CHICHOO's found another as well. I don't know how these rounds are going down in the fashion they are. Haodong still alive! How has no one cleared this man? He's been in the same position! Yeah, cool. I'm going to try and forget that happened and just move on with my life. Both teams now do have a bye. Monyet going to be taking the space. This time he is caught, but not really anybody available to capitalize off the back of it. And they're using that cove again just to take initial space. They're not stopping, though. Running straight in onto Smoggy. I think that was Monyet battling for the sport.
It was. He was going all the way through. He's being caught, but mindfreak catching nobody. This is a big kill. They've got an extra angle to fight from that someone has to deal with. And Haodong, this man's an enigma. Nobody's ever looking at him when he swings an angle. I don't get it. But at least it's down to CHICHOO. Low HP on mindfreak and Forsaken, but the post plant is the real danger.
That's the thing. There are no easy games. Here goes Monyet again. It's a martyrdom.
Headshot.
The showstopper. He's taken down nobody and himself. Look at where something is, though. He's just walked out onto the site. He's just got no fear. Even going to get himself healed back up. KK must be surprised. And finally, Smoggy will put him down with the trade immediate. An advantage once again garnered for PRX. And the remaining players are going to have to hope for a timing. But actually, timing could go either way. It's all going to be on to whether or not mindfreak is looking in the right direction, and they both win their battles. It's now left on to just Devi, but one player is very low, and he's already going to clear him.
Oh, Devi's gone out ahead of it as well. That's expected.
EDG really needing to string a couple of rounds together. It's been an eco and a problematic round, and Monyet, no trouble finding that opener. Nightfall has deafened their opponents, making things that little bit more problematic in terms of working out how far forward they've gotten. The high tide has cleared so much space, and they also have the cove, but now that utility fades, they don't have much to play with at all. In fact, I don't think they have any smokes left.
Trying to sell it as a pump fake, but it doesn't look like EDG are buying it. Orbital Strike, Smoggy's in the open, but he's caught one. That spike down, and the ult used, the Hunter's Fury, finding targets. Oh, they're so low. With Smoggy down, the numbers on the side of EDG are good. They still have a 2v2 with 10 seconds left. All they have to do is deny the spike being picked up. And Haodong, he gives the space. 6 seconds as they make it towards the side. What a shot! Haodong! How did he manage that? He's won it all. Utility there from Haodong.
Still going. They are all the way outside of Showers, and that'll be mindfreak down. A big loss in the early round. Haodong fighting within the cages, within the reckoning. And he'll lose his life for it. Maybe a little bit of an overextension, but with one controller down and Forsaken's utility already expended, it's doesn't leave them with much. In fact, they're going to go pushing. Something trying to do everything on his own, and now with them pretty much boxed in, I don't know if PRX have a hope in hell of getting out of this.
Certainly not if they play aggressive. We can see that with the crossfire, the triple crossfire, backing up by an op, but they've made the right call. Instead, hightailing it to the other side of the map where they could be able to get a plant down. It's the post plant that's worrying. The advantage here goes to EDG, 4 versus 2. At least long control is going to be sought after, but a shock dart well placed puts Divide down to 60. Another disadvantage to play with. And the TP was heard. Smoggy is the one TPing. That's a little bit of a head scratcher with the operator, but he's holding down that control. I guess we'll be going in to take control of Hookah.
It's the doubt as well. Like, he's not necessarily moving too quickly. It's just the doubt in his opponent's mind. They have to face the other direction as well. Damage done by Divide, but not quite enough. Forsaken needs to pull off an absolute miracle on low.
Is what PRX very much like to do.
And it's what they're going to do again. Early nade over the top will actually clear out the trip. Trying to adapt themselves. Again, though, don't have any ultimates online. Showstopper and the null command. The trip, the second one, though, is superb. Kong gonna get a free kill. Haodong again, though. An audacious attempt trying to catch them off guard. CHICHOO not taking the same risk. Waiting for a little bit of support. And already they're gonna counter out anything on the other side with that null command.
Yeah, no danger of those more aggressive flashes coming through, or of something taking your sight away. Not leering onto them. No smokes for mindfreak as he's down and out, and Divide does well to at least find one, but that player is resable. And, well, that could pull Divide out into the open to attempt to deny. Down to a 4 versus 1 with 11 HP, and he's even detected. Got ahead of the op at least, so damage will be done. But there's still 3 more players waiting for him. Spike in Forsaken's possession, at least. And now I've ran out of positives.
He was trying to pull a rotation with the TP, but nobody never left that B site. It's going to get a free duel, though. It's starting to get a little bit messy for the side of EDG. They've given up a couple of kills, not quite knowing where he is. The time is the issue, and more so, nobody on the flank. Like, to get anything here, you'd need pretty much a miracle once more. Just trying to find a safe place to plant, and that doesn't exist. Nobody's going to be...
This is for them. This is again going to be somewhere they hope to just blitz. The wall up to block out the dart is beautiful, but they still have to swing in to Smoggy. And that's where the real trouble begins.
Yeah. Oh! Okay, you can't give something anything! And the bait across as well from Monyet is gorgeous. Finally, they managed to deal with him. Something down. And now they've gone for the TP, but this is somewhat of a ruse. They've left Monyet behind. It seems like it's being watched for, but the other 2 players looking to try and head potentially into the A site. Only 1 defender and a second slowly being pulled in.
2 smokes for mindfreak. Could lob one on A to cause problems. You can see there's one in play, but now the second comes down, and it's buying space for Monyet to close the distance. Stinger in hand. This is a perfect fight for him to take, but he goes into the smoke at the wrong moment. 2 players ready and waiting. Molly through. That'll buy time, buy space that they now need. The advantage sits with EDG. Little tag onto mindfreak. It's okay. Smoke down as he repositions, but ultimately a kill needs to be found before EDG can amp back up to fight through. They're inside the cage, the flash is good, and the kills are even better.
He's been in the setup. This is just...
What?
It's just so absurd. And then a second one, and
an orbital strike on the back of it. CHICHOO will have that to work with if they end up in a post plant, but hold on to fight. They're rushing it down, trying to take these duels. In fact, it's CHICHOO who has the ult that's now left on 30 HP. Panic plays it just to buy a little bit more time so they can fight on the side, and it works with Kon hitting a shot and CHICHOO doing the same. There's no long push anymore. CHICHOO, oh my God, those bullets are coming so damn close, but they think he's dropped out now. They've spammed too much for him to still be in position, and he might just get the jump with a second player behind him as well. They're going to emerge from the smoke. CHICHOO, the sacrificial lamb, and a trade through the smoke, and he almost doubles up on it. Kon is shut down though, and we're into a 2v2.
Haodong's managed to dodge it. He's always been a snake in the grass, and he gets the timing perfectly online. The tags on both sides, it goes to the read.
Knowing that if you leave that clock run down low enough, PRX are going to get aggressive. Now TP is heard towards A, steps are made, but the flank is underway. Trap is watching it. That's something for them to work on. And the trap is destroyed. Here comes a quick triple blitz on the back as the players desperately hold on to control over the site. Reinforcements are on their way and just now arriving, but a quick switch from EDG sends them towards the defender spawn. And for site control, and that's when they walk straight into Monyet. He's crept down behind the box and pops up for a nasty surprise.
Yeah, doesn't even need to switch out the weapon, really. Will eventually do it and be able to escape as well, but Forsaken has been lost. Monyet's done well. There isn't really a reaction either. There has been a push through. I'm just looking at the position that's been taken from Haodong. He's completely in behind. They've left a gap, and that gap has been exploited. Such good positioning from him. A quick rotation looking to come back through from the other side. Haodong taking as much space as possible, but this battle between mindfreak and CHICHOO is going to be everything. And again, CHICHOO just getting in behind his opponent. The advantage swinging into the favor of this attacking side. Sure, it's a bonus, but for a second it was looking really dangerous.
Dangerous indeed, yeah. In fact, it looked like they had it more or less locked down. But again, it's Haodong to bail EDG. On this map, he has just been spectacular. In Spectre form almost. Never are these players able to actually take the fight on the open.
The last 30 seconds going in this direction will leave them with not a lot really to play with. They're going to try and just almost run their way through it, but they're slowly being revealed every single time they try and make their way through. Finally, the reckoning will fade, but mindfreak now in position. A cove for Forsaken to try and almost fight within, and they are falling like flies. Forsaken winning every battle, leaving just CHICHOO remaining. 8 seconds and 5 members of the other team still to find. There is no shot that he gets anything from this one, and finally, well, Monyet switched up his position. He was playing the judge over the last couple of rounds. The flash is sublime once again from Kankan, unfortunately unable to really capitalize on it.
Haodong again! How does he keep doing this? It's unfathomable. This is a classic lure. I've seen Nats do that, but he had an orb and a wall. Come on! Again and again, 2 kills for Haodong, and I said they've been scary. Goddamn terrifying. Forsaken. He's held this position with a frenzy, but that was against pistols.
They know where
he is completely surrounded. What? Nice spray. It was Divide to finish it off, but Haodong has a 3rd kill. He started this with a goddamn classic.
1 enemy remaining.
Wow. And there's only 1 man left. But any rewards, having to fall back and use and burn a lot of utility in the early stages of these rounds, and they've won neither of those fights. Kankan, he's got both in his locker.
The way into this site. There's a drone, and that's really the...
Giving him a gap.
Oh, hold on. He might actually be in the position to get this. They've spotted him, and only 1. Perfect from EDG.
Yeah, nice work. I like the idea from Forsaken. Just create a little pocket in the corner that he...
Element of surprise is the best thing that they can hope to rely on.
It's not surprising at this point, though. They haven't had much more in terms of depth. Mindfreak's going to get 1, but that's all she wrote. Look how ready EDG were. I know you've got a slightly lower buy. I wonder what you're going to do, lads. I wonder if you're going to push something. Just the cam out immediately from Haodong to get his team ready, and then everybody, the firing squad, just watching. A very easy round for EDG, and sure, something's still standing. He's gone as well. Smoggy winning that fight out once again. And what can Divide really hope to achieve here? Left with a close range SMG and 4 full HP players.
Well, GB wanted to see PRX on this defense come out with aggression. Ahead of Smoggy, and he's crouched down behind that box. It's not too easy for now. The suppressive fire really about to be tested, as if you fire away, that rocket will come right back at you, but somehow the rocket's done nothing. The show not stopped just yet. With damage onto mindfreak, there's still a showstopper on Monyet once this ult fades. I like the spams, I like the attempt, but nothing's been found.
Oh, they've got Nightfall as well, but Smoggy's managed to dodge it, needs to hit the shot and won't be able to. In fact, Kankan goes down instead. An advantage at this stage for PRX, but they still have to get back into the site. CHICHOO sprinting around, hasn't been isolated yet. It's left down to just 1 man, but that 1 man is Haodong. Getting that little bit more aggressive. He's using his opponent's util, even has the cam, and it's just about going to reveal. Knows that they're no longer on this diffusal, but desperately needs a kill, and he is a good... I don't know how Haodong survives this time. Surely he should be dead to rights, but no! He hard checks him! He's prepared every single moment! They've got that advantage again. Something he's going to try and make a hero play. Haodong goes running through and dies to his own teammate. If he made it through, you bet he probably gets a couple. And Devi holding the line on the other side. It's now a wraparound for EDG. Look where they are. 30 seconds left. They expected the B site to be open at this stage. They have to get the kill onto Devi, and he is low.
Well, with CHICHOO down, Devi really
Enemy remaining.
has it all stacked up once the spike falls. 16-second left. No chance for EDG. Rifles out again, so I'm expecting them to win whenever they eco, but it might be hard to even push them there. For PRX, same old buy, and it's the big gun in play. Forsaken with the opening.
Smoggy down, the flank coming in, but both battles have gone the way of EDG. Mindfreak needs a little more, but it's only going to be the one. Something and Forsaken. Two players, two names that strike fear into the hearts of any opponent. Oh! Trying to get that wallbang through, but is getting dangerously close to a reload. I think he's even going to have to just fall back, give this one up for now.
Well, 10 bullets left, right? He had to pop that reload, but he's ready to fight again now. 100 bullets primed and ready. Something on the other side of the map as the flank comes down. He's going to take a while to get there, but Forsaken's not willing to give up the space. Now he's being spotted as he sees the cam turn towards him. This might be the end for him. He's being revealed, but good damage. That's deterred Haodong from actually taking the peak. It's allowed for that cam to be completely negated. The swing is good for something, and he's spotted both players. A 1v2, 4 bullets now. And it's not looking good. This could be EDG pushing it across the line. Another dismiss into a heal, reload, and something's got a chance. No Lear to work with. The defuse being stuck to half, but the swing is... He popped up, but the main thing drawing my eye is Forsaken. He's got himself a TP moving right up close where he's already looking to get in towards screens, and well, some troubles brewing. He's got the first, but the site control stays to EDG. They've got the spike, and Con, he's only good for 2, but it might be enough. The advantage is theirs, and a pick needs to be found soon from the side of PRX. Leaving mindfreak alone, though, isn't the best of looks. That spike's down on site, and he's got 3 players to pick off. No from the shadows either.
That'd be impressive.
Yeah.
I think the whole team would have to be dead.
And then some.
Here we go. Just hoping to try and find an isolated duel to those ultimates. It can almost help the individuals on the other side. Again, this A take. There is a quick wraparound, though. They've got to be wary of nobody looking to try and come in on the flank. This is a round where, as well, EDG, they can afford to take some risks with the weaponry that they've got. Monyet, though, this might be a nasty surprise, but never mind. CHICHOO's found him, and I don't think they're going to expect nobody in the corner. No, it's half-jacked as well. This is going great for EDG.
It was. It really was, and it's back to going great. Nobody with 3 kills, and now it's just one standing. 10 bullets, and
they come in. They purchased again. They're still going in for more. The dimensional drift will give them the space, but they've been given the space. You can see on the other side, EDG nowhere near this one. I don't think Forsaken's going to go too much further than that, but with a judge in hand, he's almost just trying to play with his opponents here.
Well, pressure's on EDG on the way back through, and it's off EDG just that quickly. Con, I don't know where this guy was the last 2 maps, but he's certainly turned up today. 3 kills already, and well, it doesn't look too good for PRX. You might think this is an eagle, but it's not. The weaker weapon on Forsaken, good for 2. Maybe more to be found, but nobody low. He's 90 HP, finding another 3.
Play of the tournament might be done. Play of the tournament might be over. I can't believe.
I feel like I'm gonna cry. EDG still lead by 2, still have a decent amount of money. There's some weaknesses there, but nobody is showing up. That's something down right away. One of the duelists dealt with. Con, you can see he's feeling confident.
Yeah, they're right back on the horse. It doesn't look like they've let that get to them whatsoever. Forsaken's been revealed by the Seekers as well. Looking for some more shenanigans, and in the 2v4, they're going to pop the Viper's Pit. They need Forsaken to do something, and now Devi, well, it's not quite 5, but he needs to do it all.
At least he's got the pit to work with, but back-to-back, these kind of clutches surely can't be happening.
if at first you don't succeed, try again, because they're heading back into this A site once more.
Hey, look, they got the ult again, why not? And it's actually
He's
just...
got a judge again as well.
It's, well, now it's dangerous. It's only going to be used to clear the site, get the spike, plant good timing. CHICHOO in trouble now, the showstoppers found him. But it's only trading out the kill from Smoggy. He's had some impressive rounds of his own, a good shot, but it's traded again from the grave. Con takes down mindfreak. Low HP on Monyet, nade still to work with, and Forsaken in a nasty spot, ready to play with that judge from down below, but he's worried now because the A site being lost. They're going to swing in, and he's only got a classic closing the distance on the back of the smoke. He's evaded their detection, and he's up close with a judge. Forsaken buying them time and space, but now he's dropped, and the low HP Monyet is last alive. Nade buys time, runs that clock down lower. And nobody
slowed them down. They've decided to go back.
Look at that damage. Monyet's down to 50 on just the straight spam through those smokes. mindfreak already dropped. That's a lot lost in terms of sight coverage, blocking off angles, paranoia out of the game. And for PRX, with Monyet low, divide. He's got a chance to do something. And it's actually something to find that onto CHICHOO, but when he's dropped, it's divide alone on the other side of the map. Maybe that's a big difference.
No, it would take equally the amount of hero power, and they're already just watching. They're ready and waiting. Ultimately, they're in the lead. That's a good start, though. Forsaken again, he has been the, well, really the one shining light this team has had so far. Something taking the space, the hero rifle now in his hand. And this time they are playing slightly more aggressively. They're giving opportunities. That might be a mistake.
Device flank this time, not gonna...
Oh no!
Oh no, I wish I didn't see that. Well, it wasn't as late as before, but it was just as successful. At least the trade is found, and we're left into a 2 versus 4 with weaker weapons for PRX. This is something way beyond what you could have expected. Forsaken has ult to work with. If they need the information, more likely, it's just about winning those duels. Both players very isolated and spotted. They know where these EDG players are, and on the side of PRX, that's going to let them group up. A brave play from something that didn't quite work out. Oh, nearsighted, but he's got a close-range gun. Con, good to find one. And the heal is coming right on through, so it's only the shields that he's lost. A fantastic start, again, for that side of EDG. Although Smoggy does go down, the B site's open and they've bypassed the Viper's pit. This could become a problem.
Forsaken's already taken full control as well towards the spawn. A massive flank as well from Devi. He's got to get a move on eventually, as that retake will be beginning, but if his teammates can buy enough time and something on that aggressive AWP, always a problem. Leaving things now with an advantage for that attack side. CHICHOO needs to try and choose his moment to find some space back in for a team, and actually nobody's still very far away from this. CHICHOO eventually pounces, but he's got no support, no teammate to be had. The flank eventually starting its way back around. He's gonna have to pull off something ridiculous here and definitely not jump in the face of your opponent. I believe that's a mouse wheel. Nobody now has no time, no opportunity to turn this one back around. He's at least making it incredibly costly.
Fire pushing up close, stun being held, but the shot lands a little too quickly. And now there's an isolated breach on this site. Smoggy is going to be feeling lonely for a while. Con a little too far away. Smoggy's going to have to hold this all by himself, and he peeks in just at the right time to grab 2. They're back in contention, and now Con's here. No room for PRX on the site with Monyet on 70 and the spike in the open. This is going to be a very difficult clutch, and he's found the first.
That's risky. CHICHOO goes peeking in. Haodong's able to close the distance. As you said, he's had a quiet game so far. Showstopper online, but with half HP, might not be worth popping. Monyet just trying to isolate the angle, find out where his opponent is, and now just standing with rocket in hand, not quite knowing where his opponent's currently coming from. It is a TP into the side, and
that's going to make a hell of a big difference.
Oh, the initial pace is there again, but it's meant to be a ruse. Thing is that fake has not been sold. I think they were hoping that Monyet would at least do a little bit, get something from it, but a showstopper straight at his feet. The rest of the team looking to go in. That's a flash, a blind, completely left in the dark here is Haodong. Now looks to come alive. He's had a quiet start, but the close to the half might be exactly what they need. mindfreak has made some space, but well, He's going to need quite a bit more from this one. Another 1v5
side with a very quickened pace, and the A side is their target. It's wide open for PRX with just a Vi holding it. He's got a wall, though, to play back in.
Well, PRX, for the most part, they've been good in their pistols. Didn't go great in the last half, but we'll see if they can get this one over the line. Already losing the control of the site, and nobody is not going to allow any shenanigans from the TP of Forsaken. Now they do have a quick flank. They're ready to sort of surround their opponents, but with something already going down, I believe that was through the smoke. That is not the start PRX were looking for.
Nice fake by Forsaken as well. He put his TP down, faked it out, and nobody's gone looking for him. Well, much to his surprise, the player was still there. Oh no! The martyrdom comes into effect, and EDG now stand with a very good chance. Low HP on a few players though, on both of them. In fact, the mindfreak capitalizes. The first is his, and 20 HP left on Smoggy. A big play with the frenzy. Flash on all too often. The op not finding its mark.
But neither did the outlaw.
To B. Look, A is very much open now. So is middle.
Yeah, they've lost something in a very audacious position. I imagine that was with the dash online. Forsaken is now in a good spot, but he's lost his life as well. This man just isn't missing at the moment. The main character of this matchup had a rough start to the series, but has come alive at the perfect time. Dominating, taking over, even with the heals to support him here. Devi under pressure, and he's going to go down to the same man as well.
What hope is there? A save is called round. Having invested so much, you see Forsaken's credits 350, and even that shot from Monyet, it's not as valuable as you think. It's a kill and a dent in the economy that is decently low for EDG. It helps to manage their money. The problem is they know where the op is now. Sure, it might not be back on B site, but they've cast a wide net, and as this round comes to a close, they'll look to close that net and catch him. It looks like they've done just about enough, and yeah, indeed. Oh, never mind! Monyet's got it! He's out! He's out! He was
on.
He comes in. CHICHOO's under pressure. You might think, but you would think wrong. That, I'd love to see Coach Alex's hand as that one comes in. Weapons picked up, they hear them backing off. The paranoia is there. And the flash out from Forsaken, he's not going to give it up. This is the right play. He wants to pull the advantage back into their hands. With the spike down, he sticks around after turning. Another huge round. He might not be alone, but he doesn't need backup. Not when he's playing like this. And because of him picking up that rifle, his teammate died because they heard the sound cue and they swung it. Now, though, there's a little bit of a different approach from the side of EDG. Just shoot him in the head with sheriffs, and it's worked out perfectly. 9-7, double digits on the line, and they have so much control. The ult is going to be used, finding out CHICHOO. Good flash, but no kill. 4 HP left, but it's enough. He's made it, well, I thought he made it out. They pulled him right back in.
When they run these sort of
PRX 0 and 1, you could have a PRX versus Loud game, and well, Monyet doesn't want that.
No. It's the opening they've been looking for. Both teams have had available onto site for Forsaken if he needs to go back and support. Instead, it's this fight, and again, something has been having a rough time in individual battles, which is not something I thought I'd say today.
Well, even starting out the day, the first 2 maps, Concon had a pretty tough time in individual battles, but there's no signs remaining of that anymore. Lots of players from EDG ready to run into a site. That's going to be the Rolling Thunder that's point of contact close. Already is Forsaken, and he's caught one, but he won't get out of there. The spray is too good. Quick rotate by mindfreak, straight into a stun. He's kept back for a moment, and that wall is buying space and time, but as they cross it, they're lower. Easier to take down! 3 players towards B, and it's the fight on Concon that could decide it for Forsaken. If he loses control there, the panic, and they stay on B, but instead, the rotates are underway. And the A side is now definitely the target. The info is there, but Devi is so desperately low, he won't be able to hold on. And as they rush into the site, Concon realizes he might have the timing, but Forsaken realized that too.
Viper's Pit, though, is definitely going to make things more interesting. Every player within it, at least for the moment. Heals available as well. Nobody won't be able to help himself, but he can help everybody else. Utility-wise, not a whole lot to play with, and that's not the start they were looking for. Every member falling. Forsaken again is going to have to ace it for them to take this round. And
all damn day long. This map thriving. The challenge is about to come through. The flash has caught him, but he's turned, and it's nice. 2 quick kills, a decoy in, and a TP out. The advantage is extended even further as PRX look to put another round on the board. Buy a little more time. Forsaken, another 3K, another big play from this man, and he's waiting for his teammates to round the corner. Oh, they've cleared heaven, but look at the space taking by Monyet. It's perfect, but Concon's ahead of him, finding the kill. Forsaken, flash to work with, TP towards screens. He's going to try to get the kill. No, in fact, he's not. The flash is just used as he falls further back. And now here comes the big old rocket. Forsaken's dodged it nicely. Spray good for something. The rolling thunder going up towards heaven. It's not caught the players, and the site is under threat. Something maneuvers around and jumps into Concon. Eventually, he'll fall with Forsaken on another and low HP on Smoggy. The spike on the A site. And a very tough one for them to retrieve. They don't know where that second player is, but they found him. It's all on Forsaken. 2 kills, but the spike is at his feet. He knows these players have to push him. The utility 2 flashes will now no longer, and it's a